In this video, we're going to look at queries with subqueries, a really useful new technique in SQL where we can have an outer query and inside completely containing an inner subquery. This solves a problem that we ran into in Hire where we had to have two separate queries, kind of using the result of one and another. I'll show you a really neat way to combine them into one. So we're going to start an example using an Amazon database, a sample of an Amazon database, a review with thousands of reviews in it. There's a copy on DB Fiddle and I've got a copy on Access too. So we're going to start with remembering how we did it in Hire. I want to find the person who's posted the most helpful review, the name of the person who posted the most helpful review. In Amazon, if someone has posted a useful review, you can click it and say that was helpful. So this number here, number helpful, corresponds to the number of people who have voted and said this was a helpful review. So this review had 15 people who thought their comments were helpful. This one had 25. If I want to find the person who has the most helpful review, I had to do that in Hire using two stages. I had to find, first of all, with an aggregate function, the number, the biggest value, the max value in that column. So my first query, I would write in SQL and I would save it. I called it max helpful. In order to find the name of the person who had the most helpful review, I then had to have a second query that looks inside the Amazon table and looks in the max helpful review. To say find the name of the reviewer from my database and my query, where the number of helpful is whatever the maximum I found in my first query. And when I run that code, I get the result. I find the name that matches that. But it's quite a lot of work with saving, jumping between screens, creating queries, adding SQL code. We can do this in a much more elegant way at Advanced Hire. I talked about an inner query and an outer query. The inner query is the one that produces a single value, so the aggregate function. So we build up our queries chunk by chunk. So I'm trying to find the most helpful review from the Amazon database. This one's got about 5,000 records. I had to cut this down from the original one at about 30,000 records. And because it's got 5,000, it still takes a wee while to run. But this will find a number, 270, which says in one of the 5,000 records, one of the records has got a number 270 for the number of people who said that was helpful. I don't know who posted that review, but I'm going to try and find that now. Okay. So remember, we're trying to find the name of the reviewer with the highest number of posts marked as helpful. I want to enclose that entire query inside brackets. That's going to be my inner query. 270 is the answer. So then I want to find what is the name of the reviewer. Who was the reviewer in the Amazon table who had their number of helpful reviews equal to 270, equal to select max num helpful from Amazon. So I don't need to save this as a separate query. I just run it inside my where criteria, inside my search criteria. So when I run that, we'll find it finds number 270 in their query. It matches up the name and it found that Chris was the person who wrote that really helpful review. Let's look at another example. Find all reviews where the customer has rated the item lower than the average rating of all the items. So we need to find the average rating of the entire database. Then we're going to find all the reviews that have less than that. Okay. So think about the inner query first. we want to find the average rating from Amazon. That's going to be my inner query, and I want to find all the reviews that have a rating less than that. This is the sort of thing where Amazon could analyse their sales, what items are popular and not popular. They could look in more detail when they've pulled out all the less positive reviews. They could look at all the comments, and they could try and they could group that together and find is there one product that's really unpopular. So that's why this kind of information is really useful for analysing data. So I want to look and find, well, what products were they? So if I look for item name, where the rating is less than that thing that we've found, that value there, 4.586. So I surround that entire inner query with brackets, putting them on separate lines just to show. So item name from Amazon where the rating is less than this value that we've calculated and found. This would be run first, and then all these items matched against it. When we run it, it won't find 5,000 records, but it'll find any that are below the values that are there. And we could do things with grouping and counting to make that more useful, but the key thing here is that we're using a subquery, an inner query, with an outer query. And that means we don't need to have two separate queries, save one and search in that query too. This is a much easier, straightforward way to do that. In this week's lesson, you then have a page with two tasks, two databases, both of them with DB fiddles, both requiring you to create an inner query using an aggregate function, and then an outer query where you find the total number or the names and populations, whatever it asks for in the outer query.